Today we're checking out this Edge EZX Module for the 2019 to 24 6.7 liter Ram 2500s and 3500s. If you've got a heavy-duty truck that you like to put to work, this is one of those upgrades that's all about making the truck feel stronger, smoother, and more responsive without turning it into a complicated project, so it's definitely worth looking into. The main feature of this EZX module is giving your Ram a noticeable bump in power and throttle response in a simple plug-in style setup with an app to make all the adjustments easily doable right on your phone. Instead of feeling like the truck takes a second to wake up when you roll into the throttle, this is designed to make it feel more eager and more confident, especially when you're towing, merging onto the highway, or climbing steep grades with some weight behind you. This is going to give you 5 different power level options, with level 1 giving you 20 extra horsepower all the way up to 60 extra horsepower on level 5. It has all kinds of other adjustability features for your truck, from turning on and off your fog lights when your high beams come on, to adjusting your speedometer to be accurate with bigger wheel and tire setups. This also gives you the ability to read and clear diagnostic codes, so you don't have to have a separate code reader. A big reason people like this is the everyday drivability with better low and mid-range pull, which is what you actually feel in a big truck. And that makes a difference when you're hauling gear, pulling a trailer, or just trying to keep the truck from feeling too sluggish. It's also a great option for someone who wants more performance but doesn't want to mess with a custom tune or doing any other bolt-on mods. You're basically getting a straightforward and clean way to wake up the truck while keeping things simple and reversible when you want that stock feel again. When it comes to the construction on this, you are getting a compact electronic control module that is app controlled with a durable and weather-resistant housing designed to handle heat, vibration, and daily truck use. It's built with factory-style plug-and-play connections and a clean harness layout, and it installs securely and stays reliable once it goes in. When it comes to the pricing on this, it's coming in right around that $800 price range. That's a fair price point for a performance module that's designed to make a heavy-duty truck feel stronger and gives you so many customizable options for your Ram. When it comes to the install on this one, it's going to get rated a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in 1 hour or less of your time. Now let's see exactly how this install goes with a quick video from one of our AmericanTrucks customers.
So today we're going to install the EZX Edge module. So required tools, we need so we got our 10 mm, got our 12, and we figured, why not? You never know if you need extensions or not, so we got a couple of extensions. It can't hurt to have them out. Pick tools, there again, it depends on what you got. We have 2 pick tools here. Needle nose pliers, we got your basic ones everybody has, just in case I have to reach something pretty deep. And these little precise buggers, we got them as well. And it says precision knife or similar tool, so we figured it'd be safe. Got a brand new blade. And if I get frustrated, we can always use the knife. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is spread everything around. So you'll want to take your harness, spread it over the engine compartment. We're going to kind of do this step by step. That way you all can see what to do and what not to do. We're going to go ahead, grab our 10 millimeter and loosen it up. Might help if I put it on the right part to start with. Driver's side. Now we're going to go to the passenger side. All right. Now that we have those both off, we've got to introduce the flashlight. So we have good lighting in here, but it can't hurt to have better lighting than what we have in here already. So it says it's right down here, net sensor, next to you on the driver's side. So you want to disconnect the map sensor, which is located back here. So the best way to see it, I'm gonna have to reach way back up here. Back here, I don't know if you can see my fingers, but back here, let me grab that light. Right there. Now this one's pretty simple. It's just the gray push, and then it should come right out. Don't need a pick tool or anything. Got it? See there? Disconnected. So now we're gonna go ahead, follow directions. We're gonna plug this harness in where that was. Clicked right on. We're gonna go ahead and take the other end, go ahead and snap it into what you just pulled off. Snap right in. Which looks a little bit like that. So that's the new harness to what was existing, and that's the new harness to the engine. We're going to go ahead and do step 2. Push down on that black tab. That just came right off like that. And I can hear it. Sounds like it wants to just come off. You know how things are. They never want to come off like you think they would. What? A lot easier than I was trying to make it. Just by that, going back and forth, this part right here, push that right out. I swear this next part's probably easy. But now, take that factory plug, that's supposed to plug in that plug. And snap. Look at that. Well, plugging that in was a lot easier than plugging in that part on the actual engine. And then we'll come back and wrap all this stuff up, but get it situated right. Alright, so we got this cable that just went to the last step we did. Alright, so like I said, I noticed this next step kind of messed up, so I'm gonna untangle it, pull it, because right now I think it feels better going that way. I guess we'll figure out when we get it back to that other side, but I'm pretty sure that's the side we want it on. I'm gonna grab my flashlight from down here too. So if that's plugged in there nice and snug, this one, make sure it's plugged in nice and snug on the engine compartment. Guess there's no telling though. You know, after all said and done, we got to do some wire ties. I was going to plug this in. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off till we're done with this next step to see where we can place this part. That is better. All right. Next step. So what it wants us to do, if you have an aftermarket cool air intake on, you're just going to take these and put them into each other. Just like this. I was doing wrong end to end. Had it backwards. Alright, so I got that plugged in like that. Move the instructions out of the way. So, we'll find a place to put this. Pull this back. Look at that. It's almost as if somebody knew accessories need to be installed on this truck. Who would have thought? So if that goes there, I think I'm gonna wiggle that back there. If I wiggle that back there, and that plugs in there. That goes down there. I think that should fit just nicely right there. But it wants it there. Before we get that all the way off, I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to sneak it up in this boot. And I'm going to pull it. There you go. She's up in the boot. There again, slack both ways. We can figure out placement when we're done placing everything. But see the stud? I don't know, seems simple enough. Just gonna put that right on there. Finger tighten it down. Just snug enough. Put that back on. Now something else, as I was reading through, it says this connector right here isn't water resistant. So you want to make sure that this goes in the actual truck when we're connecting it. Alright, so I'm just going to reach back up in here. Like I said, you want to make sure to get that much in. Let's go play with the other side. Alright, so inside the cab and through the firewall using an X-Acto knife. Reconnect the EZX harness. Alright, so now we're going to take, not that one, oops, green to green. That green part we just fished through there. We're going to connect to this end. It just came into the truck. I have a feeling I should feed that back into the engine compartment just a bit. Okay. Now we got those three left. Alright. So being down here, it is. So there's a white plug and a black plug down here. And it is the black plug. I'm laying on my back. I just squeeze the connector. It pulled right off. So, gonna go ahead and plug this one in with the red clip into the pedal, and then this one into the wire that was. That was her. Put the red connector down. Got it. Now plug the old part into the new harness. Old wiring. It's actually a lot easier than I thought. Alright. Before we start playing with it, you can see this is where we disconnected it from. So this is the new wire and harness into the foot pedal. It's down there. Push that down, and then plugged in the new wire and harness to the old wire and harness right there. Now we're just going to figure out routing for that. That's up and out of the way. It's always good to have proper tools so you're not trying to break panels in your nice truck. Now that. So behind that, see that green? See the openings? That was the panel to pull off. Now we can see what we're doing. That helped out tremendously. Now I can see what I'm doing. Got her in. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Back to here. That's attached. That's attached. Alright. removed the plastic from the backside of that. I think I'm just going to try to... The instructions show this being kind of crooked, but I don't know. I feel like it should live there. Alright, so... that did not. Don't know if y'all saw that, but that cable came really close to touching the rod before I was ready. It's on there. I see why it's crooked. It's gonna be pulled down, so you gotta kind of angle it up. Huh, funny. Alright. So now we get to start zip tying. So then that kind of go like that or over. Let's put that one over. Alright. So we're going to put that back on. Here again, just trying to figure out our routing. That clip back on. Easy enough. Put that there. Alright, might as well start zip tying. Might as well take this part. Zip tie it around this. Alright. Pull. Put that over there. There again, this normally plugged in there. We're not going to do that, since we have this aftermarket cool air intake, but just get it like that. We're going to zip tie that thing like that. Yeah, I like that. Let's say get them tight enough. Make sure everything's out of the way. So when we do test start this later, we're not really worried about anything. I don't know if I prefer that dangling there or not. Nice and snug. That means we should be live. I'm gonna have my helper jump in the passenger seat and we'll keep going. In the run. All right, so back at it. Put the truck into the run position. Now we're going to, using the left side, since I'm using option B, we're going to enter the screen setup menu, which is not that long. I think we're getting there. We're there. Select the center gauge as shown. Scroll through the available options and select the audio option. Alright, then I guess select. Settings saved. Alright, let's exit out. Gonna go back to that. I think we start this thing. Alright. Just rolling up the windows. To change the power levels, and there again I'm using B and C, use the resume and set buttons while cruise control is off. Oh, look at that! So look, hitting these buttons here. We're just gonna leave it on 1 for now. We're back to stock anyways. Let's leave it on 1. All right, we'll have a couple more videos. Pulled up a screen for us to download. Brought us to the Apple one. Oop. All right, I don't got the Apple on that one. Google. There we go. Install. Install. Open. Okay. Yes, Bluetooth allowed. Set. Oh, this one. I heard you got to be right next to it. So we're going to let this thing update now off of the phone. I think I'm going to say continue. We don't need to go driving for 15 minutes or so, so continue. Let's see what it does. Alright, now that we got signed up, you can see it's connected. Like I can go, got the account set up, power level. Let's see if I can't set that there. So we're on 1. Let's go to 2. Go back to 1. Do you see it flashing up there? It's perfect. Now something, we started clicking around. I was using my back button. Don't use that. You got to use the actual app back button when you want to go back in the app. We're going to start it up. And we're just going to keep it in 1 for our test drive. We'll get out. We're going to take off some of those zip tie tops and go for a test drive.
All right, that wraps up our review and install of the Edge EZX Module for the 2019 to 24 6.7 liter Ram 2500 and 3500s. And for all things Ram, keep it right here at American Trucks.